in my gift. So what might look stupid to somebody might look at me and go, why are you doing that? You wouldn't understand it because you don't got my gift. You wouldn't understand it because you haven't been called to do what I do. So I don't need you to understand. I don't need you to affirm me. My gift affirms me because every time I use it, it makes room for me. So you don't have to understand why I do what I do.
Uber, Bitcoin, self-driving cars. Combine those three together, and you have the self-owning taxi. A car that is a corporation that owns itself, pays for the car lease, the car insurance, and the gasoline from the revenues it makes, giving passengers a ride, and there's not a single human involved in that matter.
Give a type of money that can only be spent for a specific number of reasons. And some worry about that state control or whatever, but like in this particular narrow use case, you want to give checks to individuals to get the economy moving again. Yeah. So if you think of programmable money that expires if you don't spend it.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go, but clearly we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in an ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told told his members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy. And you know, when the dealers have to step in to save a Treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. And 2024 is going to be one of our most entertaining years. We have the presidential election. We have the drums are beating. We have the emerging markets going to be flipping the switch on the fourth industrial revolution. Now, we had the Fed signal rate cuts, but remember, guys, they haven't cut rates yet. So we know the master magicians are about to set up that distraction. So therefore, they can cut rates while we still have inflation. And in the fourth quarter, once the election is over, we know the movie begins. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now, we have Bitcoin and crypto pulling back slightly. And we have stocks up. Now we have the Nasdaq and BlackRock want options on spot Ethereum ETFs. And guys, we know they want to open that casino. They like betting on the price because you make money whether it's going up or down. And then, guys, this article states Bitcoin whales bought up Bitcoin on the dip. But, guys, who caused the dip? That's what you need to ask yourself. So the fact is, we know the only person that can cause that type of dip that fast are the whales. So what they clearly did was sold high and bought low. Same thing with cryptos. Same thing with stocks. And that's the reason why we see stocks moving up 2 days in a row. Remember, guys, follow the money. And remember the Crypto Teacher told you. Now, don't forget to pay attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates, which are up. We have the dollar, which is up. And they're trying to quiet that Japan news. But make sure you're keeping an eye on every single thing that Japan does. And remember the Crypto Teacher told you. Now we have volume in crypto right now down. We have Tether and USDC. And we have Ethena expands access to USDE with Solana integration. And then also add Solana as a backing asset. And that shows you how much confidence they have in Solana. I definitely wouldn't have used them as a backing asset, but that lets you know. And then, guys, we have the Fed. Repo dropped to $291 billion yesterday. Make sure you're pulling that on a daily basis. And we know because they took the market down so much, they can afford to get rid of this repo now. Because they also have Janet Yellen throwing that safety blanket in the background. Now, the Fed doesn't meet again until September. So I definitely see more than a 25 basis point cut. Because after September, we don't see the Fed again until after
the election. So they meet again November 6th through the 7th. And we know, guys, that's all planned. These dates are selected a long time ago. And remember, I told you, make sure you had fun this summer, because after we get this president from 2025 to 2028, you're going to be in a movie. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the spot Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs. We had BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale right now all down. And we have BlackRock spot ETF get 869 million so far since the beginning. And we have Bitcoin ETFs with 148 million in outflows, Ethereum 98 million in inflows. And when it comes to BlackRock, their inflows have been so great because of Grayscale. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, guys, it's all a plan. Now, getting over into a little crypto news, we have Solana-based meme coins get a pump as Solana gets a pump. Now, we have Grayscale introduces crypto funds for decentralized AI project, BitTensor's Tau and Sui network. And guys, what do I teach you? Follow the money. Now, we have Ethereum Layer 2 Turbo claims processing of up to 400 transactions per second. And we've heard from all the politicians, all the big CEOs of these corporations telling us how digital assets, even the Fed, Jerome Powell, telling us how these digital assets are going to transform the payment sector. But we know it's going to transfer the whole economy, the whole global economy. And speaking of changing the whole global economy, lastly, we have Donald Trump Jr. says we're about to shake up the crypto world with something huge. Decentralized finance is the future. Don't get left behind. And guys, what have I been saying from the beginning? DeFi is definitely the new banking. And when you add in smart contracts and these machines, you don't need a human involved. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get on stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate. Not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.